Hey, what is up, YouTube? This is Platinum Point, and I'm here to bring you guys another Pokemon deck profile. Today, we're going to be going into the realm of Rogue, and we're going to be looking at a deck that uses one of my favorite Gen 5's Pokemon, Hydreigon, and I will show to you guys the strategy behind the this deck, as well as the card choices that I had related to this. So stay tuned. So before we get into this deck profile, I just wanted to let you guys know, thanks again for checking out my Charizard EX deck. I am going to be showcasing more Pokemon deck profile, either live or via TCG Live. Sometimes I prefer to do physical, because then I can kind of showcase like my ratios, as well as it's just old school. I kind of like it that way. I will showcase some TCG Live ones from time to time. So today I wanted to go over the strategy behind the new Hydreigon EX that came out recently in Stellar Crown. So for this strategy, for this deck, we're mainly focusing on its first attack, which is Crashing Headbutt, which is for 1 darkness and 1 colorless energy. It does 200 damage, and then you get to mill the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. So this combines the ability of being able to knock out your potentially 2-shot your opponent's Pokemon, or even knocking out basic Pokemon really easily, as well as the ability to mill out your opponent's deck and potentially take out key resources that they might need. So I wanted to once I saw this card revealed and it had the ability to not only do 200 but mill, I was already trying to figure out a way to make this actually a viable strategy, because I like Hydreigon in Gen 5. I always try to either get a Haxorus or a Hydreigon. I always tried to shoot for the Hydreigon when I did my gameplay, like story mode gameplays in Gen 5, just because it was kind of cool that you had the play on the Hydra, where I think the other 2 heads don't have eyes, or their eyes are covered. So it's kind of like the one Hydra has, the one head is basically the sentient one, and the other 2 are the arms. So it was kind of a cool idea of the Hydra. And when I managed to get my hands on the full art ones, I was like, okay, I'm building this deck. So I actually built it in a similar manner as Dragapult, because Dragapult has a similar energy scheme, and its stellar attack requires a dark psychic and a steel in order to do, but I'm mainly focusing on the first attack, since it does 200. So it makes it easy to knock out certain Pokemon, especially when you have the Defiance Band. You're able to knock out basic EXs, and then 2-shot 2 stages, which is fine. And it has a very simple energy cost, so it's very efficient to do, rather than the third attack. So we'll go on to the ratios. So starting off with the basic, we play 4 copies of the Dano. So Die German for 1, and then we got 1 copy of the Zweilous, and then 3 copies of the Hydreigon EX. No, that's not Dry. It's Ein, Zwei, Dry. Yeah, that's it. For 1, 2, and 3. Ein, Zwei, Dry. Which is also very kind of a nice Easter egg about it. They're using the German words. So that's it for that lineup. So pardon me, my camera's bugging out. Yep, give it time to. So next, I play I just had to do the Pidgeot line, because since we're playing a stage 2 deck, we want to have an advantage Pokemon, an advantage piece, and Pidgeot is the obvious no duh. Being able to just search your deck for any key pieces that you need, and then just be able to have them is really, it's just no-brainer. And it just pairs really well with any stage 2 deck. Next, I play one copy of the Luminion, so that way you're able to search out your Arven's turn 2 when you're going second, or search for an additional like resource when you need it. But you mainly use it to search for the Arven. Then I play one Rotom if I'm going first. It's essentially when you activate the instant charge, you just draw 3 and end your turn, which is really nice. It's really like just free card advantage. And then one copy of the Pheasantipity EX. So we play this as a revenge advantage piece. So when if your opponent got knocked out by your opponent's Pokemon during their turn, you can draw 3. Next, we play one copy of the Cleffa for just the free attack, draw until you have 7. And this is good going second as well. And then lastly, one copy of the Manaphy. This is just here to deal with Regidrago when it prevents them from trying to do Kyurem's attack of attacking your bench for like 3 of your bench Pokemon or is it your entire bench for 100 damage? I forget which one was it, but basically this is here to prevent that. And then now going on to the supporters, I play 4 copies of the Arven. If you guys remember from the last profile, Arven just searches you an item or a tool. Next, I play 3 copies of Iono. I play 3 because I want to see this as often as I can, because it helps me get out of a bad hand without necessarily discarding it, because sometimes, even if it's a bad hand, there are pieces that I might need later down on the road, so I just rather just shuffle it back into my deck. Next, I play 1 copy of Crispin, which allows you to search your deck for 2 different energies, attach 1 to your Pokemon, and then add the other to your hand. So this helps you meet the 2 energy attachment requirement in 1 turn, which is really nice. Next, I play 1 copy of the Briar. Since I'm playing a Terrestrial Pokemon, a Terrestrial attacker, this allows me to kind of just get, if my opponent's ahead with 2 prizes remaining, I'm able to take an additional prize. I was thinking about adding in the Dusk Noir engine, but I'm really tight in space, so I might consider that later after doing a few more testing more testing, because the Hydreigon is still kind of a new concept for me, and I'm still trying to figure out the kinks behind it. My last 2 supporters I play is 1 Boss's Order. You need it to basically drag out any attackers to help you just get free knockouts or just lock them in place. And then 1 copy of the Turo Scenario to get back to prevent a KO and save one of your damaged Pokemon. For the items, I play 4 copies of Buddy Buddy Poffin, so I can get my basics, my basic Pokemon out on the stage really quick. For Ultra Ball, my generic Pokemon search, mainly there to search out my evolution pieces or my EXs. Next, I play 2 Nest Ball in order to further improve my searching, and 1 Heavy Ball just to help search out Pokemon that are trapped in my basic Pokemon that are locked in my prize. So I'm gonna clear this away. But yeah, it's pretty simple so far. You're doing your simple, like a basic 2 prize attacker build. Continuing on with the items, I play 4 copies of Rare Candy just to bypass the stage 1 and go straight to stage 2. You gotta play 4 of it since we're doing a stage 2 deck. I play 2 copies of Counter Catcher for more gusting. 2 Super Rod for recycling pieces back into the deck. 1 Pal Pad to recycle supporters. one earthen vessel to search for your energy if I want to just do manual attachments early game. And then for the tools, I play one sparkling crystal for my ace spec, since it allows my Hydreigon to attack for just one energy instead. So it allows me to just get in a free like 200 with just a single attachment if I don't have the crisp spin. I play one Defiance Band, so if I'm behind, I can do 230 instead of 200. And then one Forest Sealed Stone, because obvious you played for the ability of Starter Alchemy to search for your deck for any card that you need. And then lastly, for my stadiums, I play one Pokemon League Headquarters. This is for basically the Raging Bolt decks as well as Miraidon, because now they need an additional energy in order to launch off their attacks, which means they have to commit more resources to either to get rid of the stadium or to fulfill the additional energy requirement that they need to attack. And then I play one Collapse Stadium to basically compress the benches and get rid of my my Lumineon or Rotom, just so it's deny them a free easy 2-prize knockout. And then for my energy, I play 3 Dark, 3 Psychic. So I hope you guys like this this deck. I do really like how just how overall aggressive as well as gimmicky Hydreigon is. That's one of the reasons why I built it. I just wanted a fun deck that I could play if I don't want to play meta. And it could be a potential contender after rotation when Regidrago goes away, because just being able to mill your opponent's deck is actually pretty nasty, especially if you go against like decks like Lost Box, where their issue is, yeah, they'll hit for a lot of insane amount of damage, but if they're milling their deck consistently, they're gonna deck out quicker than them killing you. So being able to just mill them out even faster is also something that is a viable strategy against Lost Box. And I just like it because it also it combines the cheekiest way of winning the game, milling your opponent out, with also just trying to straight up just win the game through prize trades. So like, that's the benefit of the Hydreigon, is like if you go up against single prize attackers, yeah, you might take a longer time in the prize trade, but if you're milling their deck out at the same time, you have 2 possible ways of winning the game there, either through deck out or just outprizing them. So I hope you guys like this video. I will be exploring the Terapagos deck. I do have it on me. I'm gonna look at the Terapagos Dust. I'll show you guys my Terapagos Dust Noir build, as well as I know there's the Terapagos Cloth build, and I will show you guys what I've been cooking with some of the other decks that have been kind of just floating around in my head. Like, I'm revisiting Charizard, trying to figure out the kinks behind that, as well as looking into Raging Bolt, because I actually like that deck. It's a really fun strategy, and I'm trying to find a way to make it actually more consistent. I might even pick up Miraidon again and showcase you guys how I would play it now, because Miraidon's a very interesting deck right now. And another deck that I'm trying to build, but it might be a very slow project because I'm still trying to figure it out in the realm of theory first, which is the EV build. There is the Evolution deck that me and my friend are trying to cook up. We're still in the like just reading the cards out from the Japanese translation, as well as look at ratios to figure out like which one do we prioritize, because it's kind of all over the place deck, because it seems like you have to run multiple like different copies of each of the EXs, but you don't want to run too many. You might run 2 different ones and just focus on those 2 evolutions, or just might focus on 1 evolution and just run with that. So I'm still trying to figure out the kinks in that deck. Other than that, there really isn't much that I'm doing in terms of Pokemon. I will be showcasing some matchups. I'll try to see if I can get some live like physical card matches, as well as I'll probably do some TCG live grinding, so you guys can see how I play each deck. I'm gonna see if I can craft this deck. I just mainly need to craft this piece, the Hydreigon line, and see how that works. So I hope you guys, again, like this deck profile. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and stay on point, guys. Peace out, YouTube.